So why it is not allowing you to create? So you have already one record. So let's delete this record and see how it have deleted the record. Okay, go back. Okay, trying to save again. Yes, done. So I have created one more master detail. Let's see. Let's create one more master detail and whether it will allow you to see or not. See, it's already disabled. You cannot create a master detail relationship. So if you have observed it, so you cannot have a, okay, we'll come back to the roll up next. Let's go back to the records and create new one here. So create a new resources. Resource again, resource one, want to get a project one. I don't know what are the contacts we have. Um, let's do a search. Um, okay, let's go to luck. Assist James. I have some test data. I'm using it. So okay, I don't have not added in the layout or what. Okay, go to the layout and add it. Where is the contact? See here, project and the contact. Okay, fine. Now this is a junction object. So we are not able to make this junction object as a master. So how we can test that? Let's have um, one more one more object created. Let's say time log time, log time. Maybe resource has to log the time, right? Logs. I'm saying time logs. Name here. Time name. Search and save. So I want every resource has to log a time. So I want to map it to the resource. So when we have a resource, they will do a multiple when they log in every day. They log right what are the work they do. They give some time and they give the date and how many hours they have spent. That's what our purpose is here to log a time. So we have that data. So to whom it's belong to log? Usually a resource, right? So I need to look up or like give a relationship to the lookup. So let's create a master data relationship to the resource, but resource is a junction object. Let's see whether we are able to create a junction object on the resource. See here, there is no object available here. The resource object is not there. So we cannot make a junction object as a master in master data relationships. Okay, now done. So we covered most of the points, right? Okay, deletion. When we delete a master record, we said the child records will also get deleted. Okay, let's see. So for now I have only one resources. So let's create some more records to the same project one and see how it behave when I deleted it. Okay, so let's ping. When you do a clone, it will copy everything from that record and give you. Okay, so I created a three resources on same project. Okay, I cannot see all the fields here. So I'll create a new list view. Okay, I have all. Okay, I want to add some fields here. Select fields to display. Just I'll add what are the fields I have. I have a project. Okay, add. I have a contact. Yes, I'll add. And just I'll do a created date and last modified date. Save. Okay, so for the project one, I have three resources. Okay, you can delete each record. That's fine, and you can undelete. That should be fine. But what we're thinking here, when we delete a parent record, what happens to the child? That's what we are trying to look at, correct? So I have this one, and I will just clone it. So we have filled some data over here. Just, I don't want to see here. So I'm just going to a project one. I don't want this project anymore. Just I'm deleting it and see how the behavior to the child records. Okay, I'm just deleting the project. Okay, we don't see. So this is a recent one. I'm just going to the all. So do you see it? No, still I don't see a project. Okay, now I suddenly change my mind. So I want the project one back. How I can do? Go to recycle bin. Okay, see here. We see only parent record. Where are the child records? Okay, first we'll see whether we have the child records available or not first, whether it's get deleted or not. Okay, I'm just refreshing. Oh, where are the resources? All are gone, but we don't see in recycle bin. So just undelete this parent record. Oh no, no, I'm not thinking. Restore. Restore means it will undelete. If you delete, that's it. It will gone permanently. Empty recycle bins means you don't want to delete one by one. If you want to empty everything on the recycle bin, you can use this empty or recycle bin. But we don't want to use this too. We want to use a restore. Okay, so we don't have a record anymore here. Okay, the let let's see the resources first, whether we got the resources back or not. So here we got the resources and we got the project as well. Okay, that's how it behaves. So any questions here? So have you covered every point here? So it is a required field. Have you observed it or not? So if we create a new resource, let's create a new resource. See here, the star marks you see, right? These are all required fields. If you say it will not allow, all these are a required fields. You have to fill those fields, then only you are allowed to create the record. So if you have to give this one, then only you can. Need to look at what else contacts I have. Okay, so let's go to gems. So we have created so many resources for this guy, right? Gems. So let's go to this and see in the related list also we have added the resources. So we have 4 resources over here. Let's see what all the contacts also we have. So all these test contacts we have. Rose, Jake, Green, Song. Okay. So it has it. Right? So first one is it's a required field. We have observed that. We can create a master data relationship on when there is no records covered. Existing records covered. By default, this is also covered reparenting, how we see. Now, we'll cover this roll-up summary once you see, check everything. If parent is deleted, yes, child's also deleted. Undelete, child's also undeleted. Owner ID, yes, we have seen. Sharing and security. Once we have covered the sharing and security, then we'll come back to this how it works. The thing was we have to have multiple users, then only you can clearly visualize how the security is working. And then we can create only maximum two master detail. We have checked it's disabled after creating a two master detail relationship. And when it's become a junction object, you cannot make it as a master object. That's also we have checked. This is also only security, right? So this also we cover with the point 9 and 13 will be covered after covering the sharing and security. This is also covered. You cannot make a junction object as a master. Now going to a roll-up summary fields, where we can create a roll-up summary field.
Master.
Master object. We can create only on the master object. We can create the roll-up summary fields. So what is the master here? So we have a resource, project, and time log. Time log we have not done anything. Just created the object. So let's go to a project and try to create some. I just don't want to avoid everything here. This is the project. Let's go to the object and try to create some roll-up summary fields. We have project, fields and relationships, and create new. And see there is a roll-up summary field available, and go to next. So what do you want? I want the how many resources are working in this project. Okay, resource count. Calculate the total number of resources working in project. Help test is this is the resource count for the project. Okay, next. So see here what all available: count, sum, min, max. So here we are looking at a count only. So we are not okay. First we have to select. This is the child record. Then I want to select a count. Then no need to go here. If you're trying to create some min or max, then you have to select one field which is a summarizable. What are the fields you can summarize? What all having a numerical or decimal value? Only then only you can calculate, right? But on the resource, you don't have any field that have the decimal or numerical values. That's why we don't have any option seeing it here in this drop down. So for now, let's create a count. That's what all we want now. So all records should be included in this calculation. That means everything. So if you want to filter and do a calculation, then you can use the second option and you have a what filters you can apply here. You can apply and do a calculation. For now, I want to calculate all the records and do next. And this roll-up summary also a read-only field. So this is calculated by the Salesforce, right? We're not going to enter any value. That's why all values are made as a read-only by default. You cannot remove the read-only. It's calculated by the system. It will not allow you to remove the read-only. Whether you can control whether it can be displayed to the profile or not, but even though it displayed, it will be the read-only to the all users, whoever it is. Then next, and then save, and then go to the project and see. So how many resources we have for the project one? 3, right? If you remember correctly. Yep. See here, it is 3. You can create roll summary at any point of time, but it will do a calculation. There is no restriction. Okay, but there is a restriction. How many roll-up summary fields you create on the master record? That is a restriction we have. So for master detail relationship fields, we can create maximum two, and how many roll-up summary fields we can create is here you can see object limits, how many you have. So you have lookup filters, validation, workflow rules, approve, process, custom relationship fields, roll-up summary fields. You can create maximum 25, and you have used one. So if you have any limitations, have fields also you have a limitation. Everything you can check here. Custom fields, you can create 500 custom fields, and you have already created 24 custom fields, and everything here, whatever there in the, you can configure for this object in your org, in your production org, or whatever the org you are based on your edition, your licensing, the limits will vary, and this is place where you can check what are all the limits available for this object. So done. So roll up summary fields, we have maximum 25 for the object, and we have created one. And okay, let's do some summary. Okay. First, before doing a summary, we should need some fields on the resource. Okay, edit object. I want to create some fields. What do you think the fields that we can summarize on resources? Okay, let's create one field called pick list, and saying status of the resource. The status I want to make it as a active or inactive. Could be active or inactive. So default value I want to keep the first value as a default value. I want to make it as a restricted field. This field is used to just to store status of the resources, whether active or not. Select status of the resource. I'm just saving next step. Next, I'm just trying to visible for all. Okay, look at the resource now. We'll see the new pick list value called a status wrapper. The resource one. We have a status field now. So I want to make this status as a active. So we have created after creating some records, right? It will be blank for all the records. So let's see. I'm not populating all the fields. Let's see if I create one more roll up summary field called a active resources. I want to calculate only who are how many resources are active in my project. Active resource, active resource count. This field is used to store the, can instead of store we can say used to calculate the active resources in project. This is a active resource count for the project. Let's see, observe like so this is to the end user prospect who look at the record. They have to understand what is the field this is. This description is to for the backend purpose. When somebody is looking at this field, what actually this field does, they have to understand. When the end user looking at this, they have to understand this two sentences have a slight difference. Try to practice that. So the resources, I want to still do the count only, but I don't want to count all the records. I want to apply some filter that is only the active, only active resource count only I need. Okay, let's do a next. So only if the resource is in the active, then only it will be calculated. That's what the condition I apply. Status equal to active. The conditions all are same. Okay, done. Let's see how it's showing up now. So previously we have a resource count. Now we have an active resource count. So resource count, active resource count. Previously it is 3 resource count. So I made active only one resource. That's why we see sorry, only one as the active resource count. So you see there is a no pencil symbol and you cannot edit those counts in the layouts as well. See here, these are all disabled values. This field is calculated upon a save. Okay, great. Now let's make some other resource also active and see what will be the value reflected in there. Active, saved. Just I'm refreshing this one. So previously it is 3 and 1. Now it has to be 3 and 2. See here, 3 and 2. So it will calculate every time the child is updated or created. So if I create a new resources with the same project, so it has to show up. New resource. I want to make it as a resource 5 and project will be project 1 only and contact is select one contact and make it as active. So I have selected active as a default value. So the default value come when you're trying to create a new record. So I'm leaving it as it is and saving. And if you go to the project and see, so previously it's 3 and 2, now it's become 4 and 3. Let's see how it's changing it or not. So here 4 and 3. This is how a summary fields create. So tomorrow try to create some objects, so not the exact objects. If you think whatever the business model or anything you want to build, gradually whenever the topics comes we try to build. So create some objects, make some object as a parent, make some object as a child, and try to replicate all the scenarios and create some roll up summary fields and see how it works. So how we tested everything, right? What are the points we covered? We tested everything. Similarly, practice. If you do a practice, then only there's a more possibility of remembering for more time. So do a practice, create different objects and fields and create a roll up summary fields. See if you ran into some other new points that we are not covered, or if you're not understanding better, let's come up with some questions and we'll cover all those. Any questions we have? If you don't have a questions, I will just everybody have a time, then just will wrap up the lookup as well. Lookup will also be very simple, not this much complicated as a master data relationship. Yeah, Nandini, you have any question? Hello.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Fine. Let's move on. So we are good to continue, right? As it will take 10 more minutes so that the relations will be wrapped up for this week. That's what my target was. Okay. So we have covered roll up summary as well. Okay. So what is a lookup relationship? So so everybody can hear me, right? Okay. Lookup relationship also nothing but relating two objects. One will be the parent, one will be the child, and there is no limit like a 2 or 3. You can create more number of lookup relations, and there's no limit like if you have two or more lookup relations, you cannot make the object as a parent to the some other object. There's no restriction. So let's see here what are the points to apply. It's a read only field, but it's not a first point. It's going to be a required field by default, but it's not required field if it's a lookup field. You can create a master data relationship only when there is a no records, but lookup there is no restriction. You can create at any point of time, whether you have records or you don't have records, it doesn't matter. You can create a lookup relationship fields anytime. Okay, if we don't have this restriction, this two will not be applied. Okay, reparentable. This is also no option. You can always reparent the lookup relationships. There's no restriction. You can first one required field. You can opt for to make it as a required the lookup fields. But by default, it's not a required field. Lookup fields you have control whether you can make it a required or not required. It's not functionality wise. It's not a required field. And if its parent is deleted, what happens to a child? Nothing happens to a child. Excuse me. When parent is deleted, nothing happened to the child record. Where we use a parent record, only the relationship field, right? In the lookup, we'll select that parent record. If you delete the parent record, that field, whatever the relationship you have, the lookup relationship, only that will become a blank. That's it. The record will remain as is. So if the record is not deleting, there is no point of undeleting, right? When the master is undeleted. Owner ID. So there is no restriction to the owner ID. The owner ID will still remain different for the parent record and a child record. So child record will have a lookup and parent record will have a lookup. Sharing and security will also be remain same with the object. It's not dependent on the parent object. And you can have a relationship between a standard and custom objects, custom and custom objects. Um, top, anywhere, like it's not like we cannot make a standard object as a child. There's no restriction. You can create lookup fields on standard objects as well, so that it will become a child to the some other custom object. You can do it. Why? Because there's no security controls that will be inherited from the parent, so there's no restriction. You can create lookup fields on a standard objects as well. There's no restriction. You have a maximum two master detail relationship. There's no limit. It's based on org limit only. But this master detail, no limit or like not dependent on the any edition, any version, any license, nothing related to it. It is restricted to the two master detail relationship. But lookup relations, what are the max limit you have based on your edition? You can create those many lookup relationships. And the junction object. So once we have the two, that's a maximum relation, master detail relation, so we become a junction, right? But you can have any number of lookup relations on the object. We don't call it any junction there. So because there's no guarantee that we can fill that field, right? Lookup is optional, right? Even though you have 100 or like a 10 lookup fields, whether you populate or not populate, it's not required. So it may have a connection between the objects or it may not have the connection. So we'll not call it as a junction object, but still we can treat it as a junction to the multiple objects, but we don't call it as a junction object. So we don't have a junction, we don't have this all scenarios coming. Okay, done. Um, so mostly everything, what are the restrictions we have in Salesforce, what are the capabilities we have in sorry, in master detail relationship, nothing will be applied to the lookup, just it will relate to the objects. And we don't have a roll up summary fields as well. That was a major drawback. We have all these advantages. The drawback is you cannot create any roll-up summary fields when we have a using a lookup relationship field. So you have to do it on your own. You have to have some custom logic that have to calculate the all this sum, count, max, and min. But in the from the configuration, you don't have any option to create a roll-up summary fields when you have a lookup relationship fields. So I will give you a neat table diagram that will differentiate between the master and lookup relationships so that you can have easily identified. Okay, let's see, create some lookup fields. And so in the on the resource, I already having some records and relationships. Now try to create one lookup field to the some other project. Mm, 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 mm. So here I want to do it with again with the contact only. In that contact, I want to store the project lead. Project lead. This field is used to show the contact record ID of the project lead. Select project lead of the project. So here I want to see here. I want to make it as a lead resources. See here what you want to look up is deleted. Clear the value of the field. You cannot choose this option if you make the field as a required. So this is the required option is available. This is not a mandatory, but you can opt for it. See, if you check this box and uncheck this box, the below option is getting toggled. If you make it as a required field, don't allow deletion of the lookup record. That's part of a lookup relationship. That previously what happens when you delete a parent record in the master data relationship, it will automatically delete the child records, right? Because it's a required one. But in lookup relation, it's not a guarantee required, whether you can opt for required or you can make it as an optional as well. So when you select a required field, what the option we have is when you're trying to delete a parent record, it will stop. It will not allow you to delete the it will not it will not allow you to delete the parent records. It will restrict and show the message that some other child records are related to the this record, and please remap those fields or delete the child records and come back and delete the parent record. That's how it will restrict, but it will not delete the child records as well. The other option what you can choose was, if you're not making it as a required field, then you can make it as optional. Then what you have choose the option was just remove the field value. Just remove the field value as a blank because it's optional. Just remove the field value as a blank. When the parent is deleted, all the related child that lookups will be deleted. The records, the child records will be remain as is. And we have the lookup filter here also. If we want to select only specific values, then we can apply the filter over here. Okay, moving on the next, and you have all those values, so there is no restriction here. See, previously when we create a, master detail relationships, it will always be checked and we don't have a control, but it's not like that. It's optional, so we have full control on this. And next, and do a save. If you look at the resource now, you will see a new field called a project lead. See this one? We have a project lead as well. Okay, we want to make him as a project lead and save. That's it. So it's not a required field. Even we can remove it and save. No restriction. If you want to have some value, you can just add the value. You have free from the thing, but you don't have an option to create a roll-up summary fields. So I have created a lookup relation on a master object, right? So here the parent object. Here the parent object is a contact. Let's go to the contact and see whether I have an option to create a I'm trying to create a new roll-up summary. So I want to create roll-up summary on a resource, not all the projects. I'm just saying, just I'm making a lead count. I know there's no options available, but still, see here it's saying a resources. Okay, this is the resources, not the um, project lead resources. This resources is to like we have two relationships, right? One is a master data relationship, one is a lookup relationship. So this is giving a roll-up summary field for this value, not for this value. So does make sense for you? So what we see the option here, we have this option, right? Child relationship name. That what the name we see here. We keep it as a lead resources and resources. We see we have a roll-up summary for the resources, not for the lead resources. So there's a no option to create a roll-up summary fields for the lookup field. Okay, now let's try to delete some records and then check. I'm trying to create some other contact here. Just make another contact one. Don't have any account. I'm just saving record. Okay, great. So there's a resources and project lead. Sorry, lead resources are ending by project lead and resources. So here, let's change this record from this guy James to a contact one and save. Okay, so I have one resource for this contact. So I want to delete this contact one and see what happens to my resource. You remember what we did while creating the field? We opted for delete the um, delete the field value, not the entire record, and we are not making as a required field. I'm just deleting this record as delete. Okay, deleted, and let's see what happens to this resource record. So we have a contact one here. If I refresh, sorry, so it become a blank. Nothing happened to it. So if I make that field as a required and see, before that I want to go to this recycle bin and I want to undelete one. Recycle bin, just do a restore and go to contacts and see we have a contact now. And even though the record is deleted, let's see what happened to this here. See, here we regain the value. If you have not changed this value, then you can regain here. Then okay, I want to make some more change to the resource here. So we have other option, right? What is that other option? We can make it as a required field and see how it behaves. And I'm